Good evening. I must say I'm very proud of kids in Zimbabwe who protested against conditions at their school, triggering a response not from the school authorities but from the government that sends a whole group of policemen with a whole police dog unit to launch those dogs on little kids who just wanted better service delivery at their boarding school. A few days before, your leader of the official opposition, Nelson Chamisa, tweeted that he will not go to the streets, he will not protest. I do not know what revolution he claims to be leading, because essentially he is giving the middle finger to all Zimbabweans that want a real revolution. And apparently, anevanu, and he is telling those vanhu basho kuti we are not going to complain to ZANU-PF. Practically, that's what Chamisa is telling the people. Now, the children perhaps do not tweet or read Chamisa's tweets. They went to protest against their school, not against their government. But what is interesting is that the response came from the government. A heavy-handed response from the ZANU-PF regime begins to tell you that the regime is very paranoid at the present moment. And it begins to show why Nelson Chamisa has been tweeting things like we are not going to the streets. And I've always been telling you that my suspicions of Nelson Chamisa is that he is in the same WhatsApp group with the regime. He's just eating together with them. He is opposing the triple C that he left, and whatever movement whatever he represents is really just a way of delaying the revolution. As long as the regime knows that Chamisa is a face of so-called revolution, they know that as long as he is touring the party line, by party I mean the gold mafia party line, not ZANU-PF line, because as long as he's tweeting that we won't go to the streets, he's essentially saying there's no revolution that is coming. I'm just starting a new party. I'm gonna go for elections. What are the elections? In 2028, my brother, which they're gonna be rigged again. And then what is next? So Chamisa is not willing to lead a revolution, and the children are teaching him a lesson on how things are done. And we know that in South Africa, 1976 happened to the Zimbabwean government. Is afraid that that might trigger something much bigger and something which is uncontrollable. And very indeed, stealing countries' resources is going to trigger multiple things. Okay, there's other kids in other schools who are going to feel the same way. You know, kids are not afraid. Kids are not like adults, and kids cannot be lied to, and kids do not follow demagogues. Kids are not like their parents who follow a Chamisa who is actually a rainless cloud, a cloud without rain, who just mumbling, rambling things of a revolution when there's no revolution that is coming. There is no revolution that is coming that is going to be led by Nelson Chamisa. If ever there's a revolution, Chamisa will be the one who is blocking at revolution, because that is his whole reason of existence in Zimbabwean politics. However, children are not naive or gullible like their parents. The children will see the situation and they will be smart about it, and they will protest what they protest the issues. These kids protested against the issues at school. Of course, all schools have got similar issues, and other children will along the line, along the way. This whole thing is gonna blow. So the government was afraid. That's why they had to scare those kids. But children are different from adults. You see, with adults, when you beat them up, they they become obedient and fear the regime. Not kids. Kids, when parents tell kids not to do something, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Even if parents beat up kids, that's what kids want exactly to do, that which they are not allowed to do. They want to do it anyway. You see, when the Zimbabwean government sends police to school kids, they think they're sending a message to other school kids not to do anything similar. But what they don't understand is actually they are sending, without knowing, a message to other school kids that this is what other school kids must be doing. And school children, when they are talking to each other online or whatever, and and discussing what happened to the other children in another school, they are responsible. Like basijwayela laba bekurhulumente, basijwayela amapholisa babusele izinja. Awu siyahamba thina siyaprotesta, mabasibophe uma befuna ukusibopha. Children behave like that. That's how children behave. They will say mabasibophe uma befuna ukusibopha, and they don't care. They will go. Children will go, seeing that there's the police, they will go there and protest. And there's nobody who's gonna stop them. Their own parents will be advising them, my child, don't go to that protest. The child will jump off the window, of the bedroom window, and go to the street and protest, even if that parent doesn't want them to. That is basic psychology of young people, of children. Okay. That, you see, the ZANU-PF regime thinks that by blocking Nelson Chamisa's revolution, okay, it's not a revolution anyway, by using Nelson Chamisa to block the revolution, by making him the so-called Chete Chete. You know what Chete Chete means? It means only Chamisa can lead. And as long as ZANU-PF knows that they can control Chamisa, and then when they control Chamisa not to lead the revolution, they believe there will be no revolution in Zimbabwe. So those children do not vote. Those children are not part of a political party. And the many other Zimbabwean children do not even need Chamisa to tell them what to do. They know their stomachs are hungry, there's no food. They know that they are being mistreated. They watch online and see how other children have got human rights, and their rights are respected. Okay, they're treated like dignified peoples in other countries, and they see that they are lacking those rights in Zimbabwe. They will not wait for Nelson Chamisa for anything. And you will not know who is the leader of the children. Hey, these kids are very wise. Kids are 100 years ahead of adults. Let me tell you something. Kids always invent something new every year. If you think that you know what's going on with young people, you are lying to yourself. You are lying. First of all, the music that they listen to is boring to you, but with them it's interesting. They just listen to a guy. They just like a guy who goes like panda, panda, like what the hell? What's so nice about this thing? But that's what they like. And the trends of kids, you will never notice them as an adult. As long as you're not a child, you won't know. And how they communicate, even if the ZANU-PF government has to ban Twitter, whatever, you will not know how kids communicate. You will not know that they're actually so advanced in IT, more than the IT experts that ZANU-PF employs. They know clever ways of disseminating information, and they understand politics in such a way that you would think that politics is understood by adults only. But kids understand politics their own way, and they've got a valid political point, and they can stand their ground much more effectively than adults. And ZANU-PF perhaps fears that it is the young people that are not yet afraid. Because you see, the 40-year-olds, 50 and 60-year-old Zimbabweans, they have been living under the Robert Mugabe regime since 1980, and up to now. They are very afraid of ZANU-PF. But in 2000, they're not afraid of ZANU-PF. These kids that were born now in 2008, 2010, you tell them that the Zimbabwean soldiers, they beat up people. They're like, oh, we want to see for ourselves. They don't have fear, those children. They don't have fear. If you saw the videos of the police with the dogs, the kids were not even running away. They only started running away when the dogs was coming to attack them. But they're just looking at them and say, hey, boy, it's not changing. Kids don't care. Kids don't care. And ZANU-PF is scared of those children. That's why they're doing what they're doing. But one thing, they will never stop the revolution because they will not know where it's coming from. It's not going to come from Chamisa or Triple C. That's one place where it's definitely not going to come from. Because I do believe that Chamisa, Ostalos, Mahere, all those Triple C people and the so-called New Blue movement, all of it is just strategies by the looting gold mafia to ensure that a revolution never happens in Zimbabwe. But they forgot one thing. They forgot to instruct their headmasters to treat kids right. Because kids are mistreated in schools. That is a loophole that ZANU-PF did not think of. And it is too late to close that loophole now. What are they going to do? What are you going to do, ZANU-PF? What are you going to do, ED? Now that the children are revolting? And the messaging that you send to adults, those signals do not work with young people. And when young people want ZANU-PF gone, you won't even know. You won't even know if those kids really were only protesting against their school issues, or actually they're protesting against the government, but then they never said anything political. So you cannot say that they are politicians, but even if they are politicians, you wouldn't know that they are politicians. When they're doing politics, you wouldn't even know they are doing politics. But they are doing politics. Their way, their brand, their style, their tactics, their new trends that adults do not understand. That I don't even understand myself. Because young people are very smart. And I am happy that they are catching a wake up in Zimbabwe, these young people. And I'm happy that they are not listening to lies of Nelson Chamisa and Idim Nangagwa. And the children are paving their own way forward. After all, they are the future of Zimbabwe. It is indeed right, and it is their right for them to stand up against what they can call injustice or ill treatment or denial of their basic rights at school. Which means as adults, they will go ahead and demand the same rights at the workplace and also in national institutions, in national political institutions as well. Have a great evening.